Stop shaking. Look at your hands. You're trembling like a junkie going through withdrawal. You're holding that cheap plastic radio like it's a holy relic. You're staring at the dial, praying that if you just turn it a fraction of a millimeter to the right, you'll hear a voice, a news anchor, a generic emergency broadcast, anyone to tell you that the nightmare is over and the cavalry is coming. Spoiler alert, the cavalry died 2 weeks ago on the interstate, and that radio isn't a lifeline. It's a suicide note. Put it down. Gently. Listen to the room. The silence out there isn't empty. It's predatory. We are 15 days into the collapse. The grid is dead. The city isn't sleeping. It is holding its breath. Outside your window, 4 stories down, the streets are a graveyard. But above the roofline, that's where the real threat lives. You hear that low insect-like hum? That's a thermal drone doing a grid sweep. It's looking for heat signatures. It's looking for movement. But most of all, it's sniffing the electromagnetic spectrum like a bloodhound tracking a wounded deer. And you? You're about to light a flare in a pitch-black room. You have this naive civilian idea that a radio is a receiver. You think it's a one-way mirror. You can look out, but the world can't look in. That specific brand of stupidity is exactly why your neighbors are already rotting in the gutter while you're still breathing. Let's talk about the physics of how you die. Inside that plastic box is a component called a local oscillator. It doesn't just sit there catching waves. It generates a weak frequency internally to process the signal. It hums. To a SIGINT patrol unit with a spectrum analyzer, turning that radio on creates a spike, a jagged digital finger pointing right at your living room. You think you're being quiet. You're screaming electronically, but I'll keep the volume down. You say, I'll just use the hand-cranked dynamo. Wrong again. Your apartment walls are hollow. They aren't barriers. They are membranes. The high-frequency hiss of static cuts through cheap drywall and hollow core doors like a razor. And that hand crank? The mechanical whine of those gears grinding together travels through the floorboards. In a world of absolute silence, that sound carries 20 meters. That's 3 floors down. That's a dinner bell for the looters who are starving just as much as you are. You are desperate for connection. You want to know you aren't the last one left. That need is a biological flaw. The universe doesn't care about your loneliness. Physics acts on absolutes. If you flip that switch right now naked, without protection, you are broadcasting your coordinates to every hunter within a 6-block radius. So, wipe the sweat off your palms. We are going to fix this, but we are going to do it the ugly way. We are going to use the trash around you to build a hole in the world that the drones can't see. Grab the cardboard box from the corner, strip the bed. It's time to go dark. Look at your inventory. A cardboard box from a delivery you don't remember ordering. Rolls of aluminum foil, duct tape, heavy wool blankets that smell like dust and old dogs. To a scavenger, this is trash. To you right now, this is high-grade stealth engineering. We are going to build 2 layers of defense, one for the machine, one for the meat. Phase 1, the Faraday box. Grab that cardboard box. It needs to be big enough to fit your head and the radio, but small enough to control. Now, take the foil. Stop treating it like kitchenware. This is conductive shielding. Wrap the box, every inch of it, exterior and interior, if you have the supply. You are applying a skin. Smooth it out. Overlap the edges. Use the tape to seal the seams, but make sure the aluminum maintains metal-to-metal contact. You need 3 layers, minimum. Here is the science the universe is trying to hide from you. When that radio's internal oscillator, leaks its RF signature, those waves are going to hit the conductive aluminum. The free electrons in the metal are going to scramble, redistributing instantly to cancel out the electric field inside. You are creating a black hole for radio frequency. The signal goes in, but the electronic scream of the tuner never gets out. If there is a gap the size of a fingernail, you are leaking. Seal it. Make it ugly, but make it tight. Phase 2, the deaf chamber. Now for the acoustics, RF kills you at a distance, but sound kills you up close. The static hiss of a radio is a high-frequency vibration. It pierces glass. It travels through door frames. Drag your mattress to the center of the room, away from the walls. Pile every duvet, comforter, and heavy coat you own on top of it. You are building a nest, a suffocating dense mound of fabric. Mass stops sound. You need to convert that acoustic energy into heat. You're going to bury yourself. Phase 3, the dive. Get your wired earbuds. Throw away the Bluetooth headphones. Those are just another beacon. Cut the right earbud off the wire. You heard me. Cut it off. This is mono-discipline. When you go under, you will have one ear plug in to listen to the broadcast. The other ear stays open to the room. You never surrender your situational awareness to the broadcast. If a floorboard creaks in the hallway or glass breaks 3 floors down, you need to hear it over the static. Now, check your watch. You have a 3-minute window. That is the burst cycle. Triangulation takes time. The enemy needs a sustained signal to get a fix on your location. 3 minutes is your hard limit. If you haven't found a signal by then, you cut the power. Do not push your luck. Hope is a trap. Crawl under the blankets. Drag the foil box in with you. It's going to get hot instantly. The air will taste stale, recycled, smelling of your own unwashed fear and the metallic tang of the batteries. Put the box over your head. Put the radio inside the box. Seal the bottom of the box against your chest with the blankets. You are now inside a shield within a shield. Darkness, heat, silence. Only now do you turn the dial. Your finger rests on the volume wheel. In the absolute zero of the room, the plastic feels greasy against your thumb. Turn it. Click. Inside the foil tomb, that sound cracks like a pistol shot. You flinch. Then comes the rush, the white noise. It's not a gentle hum. It's a jagged, aggressive hiss clawing at your eardrum. It sounds like the universe screaming, "Focus! Look at the tuner!" The red power LED is taped over, bleeding a faint, sickly crimson light into the aluminum darkness. Dust motes dance in the glow. Start the sweep. Slowly. 88.5. Static. 94.1. The ghost of a pop song, or maybe just interference. 102.3. Nothing but the void. Your heart is hammering against your ribs. The heat under the blankets is unbearable. Sweat stings your eyes. The smell of the old batteries is acidic, mixing with the copper scent of the wires. Your left ear, the one outside the headphone, the one guarding the room, twitches. Was that a footstep upstairs? No, just the building settling, just the temperature dropping. The method works. The silence outside holds. You are a ghost in the machine. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The desperation rises in your throat. You want to keep scrolling. You want to believe that if you just push past the 3-minute mark, you'll find them. The military, the resistance, God. Don't do it. That desire is the enemy. That hope is the frequency they track. 3 minutes. Kill it. Snap the dial back. The hiss cuts out instantly. The red light dies. You're back in the black. Pull the box off your head. Throw the blankets off. The cold air of the apartment hits your sweat-soaked skin like a slap in the face. Breathe. Look at the radio. It's just plastic and wire. It didn't save you. It didn't give you good news. It didn't promise you a rescue. But look around you. The door is still locked. The window is still dark. The drone outside hummed past your building and moved on. It didn't stop. It didn't see the spike. You didn't find a savior on the airwaves, but you found something better. You found competence. Most people died in the first week waiting for permission to survive. They waited for a broadcast to tell them what to do. They died with their radios loud and their doors unlocked. You are different. You realized that the silence isn't empty. It isn't loneliness. It's camouflage. It is the only armor you have left. You don't need a voice from the sky to tell you you're alive. Check your pulse. That's the only broadcast that matters. The sun is going to come up in 4 hours. You earned the right to see it. Now pack the gear, hide the trace, survive.